Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everyone. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, back at it again for another motherfucking video. Ooh, wee. Oh, my little degenerates. Capcom didn't fucking love me. They lied to me. They said I would be able to get in their fucking beta. They didn't want me in their fucking closed beta. I didn't get in. But then from the elder gods heard my prayers, and one of my boys hooked me up. He was like, "I don't give a fuck about no fucking Street Fighter 6. We on that Tekken love 24/7." I was like, "I agree. Tekken is way better than Street Fighter. I agree." But he was like, "Here's a code." And so I got to get in the beta, and all I got to say is, and I just want to make this publicly known, Street Fighter 6 is, to me, one of, if not the best Street Fighter game since Street Fighter 4. I truly believe that. I 100% stand by this opinion. This game is fan-fucking-tastic, and I am so overwhelmed with joy for this game. Like, I was hesitant on saying that this game was going to be great, but after playing the beta, I have nothing but overwhelming positive for this game. And I think the developers, everyone who works on this game, even the guy who's fucking mopping the floor, should give themselves a round of applause for Street Fighter 6. Like, this game is fucking fantastic. Like, Jesus Christ, I have not enjoyed a Street Fighter game on the level like this since Street Fighter 4. And when the beta ended, I legit felt sad because I was having so much good fun. And I think the reason I was having so much of a great time with this game is because this game, ultimately, I think the best positive I would give about this game is that this game, just like a rap, just like a DJ, allows you to freestyle your own way through every battle, because the game has so much mechanics and so much nuances that the game never once punishes you. The game never once restricts you like Street Fighter 5 does on anything. They don't take away moves. They don't do anything. The game constantly, and I would say for the most part, every character has options upon options upon options. And I was just overwhelmed by how much options. I was so shocked on how much options there is that I was literally stunned. So, to talk about my experience with the beta, I played the beta from, I would say, the 7th all the way up to the final day. So I had like 3 days to play the beta, and I have played only 3 characters. So I played Ryu day 1, Jury day 2, and I believe Kimberly final day. So I had enough time to play with those characters and feel it out. And I would say, out of all the characters were fucking dope that I played. Like, those 3 that I just mentioned are fucking dope, like, in their own unique ways, and I'm gonna get into each one of them and my experience of playing them. But I will say the one that standed out to me the most was Kimberly. Like, Kimberly is my girl. She's babe. She's my new Capcom babe now. I don't know. She's the new Street Fighter babe for me. Like she was a combination of Ibuki and I would say Guy, because she has a lot of his movements, but also a little bit of Buki with the whole throwing the spray cans. And those spray cans, you could throw them out like a little trap and just do run up dash on enemies. Like, you could do a lot with Kimberly. I did notice Kimberly does get hit out of her teleporting moves a lot, but the simple fact that she is just so aggressive on you is, I love. not only that, but just in terms of personality wise, I love her personality. She's always hype. Like when you win a battle, she's always like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I won!" Yeah, and just start walking around like she is hyper as fuck, and that's cool. I think another thing I love about her is the simple fact that a lot of her moves really you can play her as a like a frame trap character, like just setting up like throwing out the spray cans and whatnot, or you could just play her like a complete rush down. I was playing her more defensively, like trying to get in when I saw the opportunity, but for the most part she was really fun to play with. I did notice that she does burn out quicker than other characters. If you go wild with her, she does burn out quicker, but for the most part she was just such a fun character. I truly enjoyed her. I also noticed, like, you know, if you do her quarter circle heavy punch after the move that she does a kick, she'll you can jump up in the air and do like a spinning tatsu, or do her Azuna drop move. And I was impressed. I was like, whoa, this character is fucking fun. And like, just the amount of shit you can do with her is cool. Ryu was fucking dope. Ryu felt like an amalgamation of all his previous incarnation. Like, he had so much of his moves. I was kind of like impressed, like how much they added, they gave him, and then they gave him even more options. Like he has like this charge up move that if you charge it up, it stores like a high energy Hadouken, and then you let it out, and when you let it out, it can break your guard. So I was like, that's shocking. But the thing I loved about Ryu is that he is like super combo heavy, and also like he hits like a fucking truck. Like, I was like doing damage, so hard damage on this man. I was like impressed how much damage I was doing on Ryu. Like, it was kind of like impressive how much damage Ryu was doing. Not only that, I felt like, in terms of me personally, I felt like doing combos with Ryu was way more easier than other particular Street Fighter games. Like, I was just doing into like medium jab, heavy attack, heavy punch into EX, or EX donkey kick, into fucking axe kick, into Zoruken, into heavy or medium Zoruken or EX Zoruken, and then into special. I was like, this motherfucker is a fucking beast. Like I was impressed. I was like, shit. That's all you're gonna keep hearing from this video is impressed. I was like, whoa, holy shit, this man Ryu is no slouch. Like, he feels like very well rounded. And then finally, I gotta talk about foot lady herself, foot fetish queen, Juri, my sweetheart, is back. She's finally the way how I wanted her to play. She plays like Street Fighter 4 Juri, but with the Street Fighter 5 mechanics of like, now you don't have to hold down buttons in order to store her moves. Like, no, like you just do her move where she stores the move, and you can just walk, do whatever you want. I love Juri's animations, by the way. Like, she has like, when you walk back, Juri would constantly be like come over here, come. Like, I was highly impressed by Juri. I was just super impressed by Juri. Like, she played well. I love her poke game. Her poke game feels way better in this game than Street Fighter 5. Like, she just was a blast to play with. Again, the way how I was playing her just reminded me of Street Fighter 4, like, with just added stuff. And, you know, she could go into her Tungent Engine just like in the previous games, which allows you to cancel moves into each other. And with the new drive meter and the drive gauge and the drive rush mechanic. Listen, you could do some like light punch, light punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick into drive rush, into back into doing that, into low heavy, it bounced the enemy up in the air, so that you could do light punch, medium punch, heavy punch into dive kick, EX dive kick into super, into your level 2 super. And I was just like super impressed the whole time. I was like, holy shit, this game is wild. And that was all the characters I played. Like I said, I didn't have much time to play every single character, but those were the 3 that stood out to me. Of course, like Kimberly was the highlight, but the characters that I did wanted to play, but I didn't get the chance to, is Ken. I desperately wanted to play with Ken after hearing his theme. Actually, the first time I heard the theme inside the game, I was like, oh, his theme sounds fucking dope. But yeah, like I was trying to play him, but everyone was playing him, so I was like, nope, no, I'm not gonna be like a particular friend of mine. Fucking Grayson, I ain't trying to call you out, bro, but you had the beta and you didn't fucking play any character, Chief. Like, come on, Chief. Come on, you bastard. You had the beta. You know how to play fighting games better than me, and you let me do your job and play the other characters. Come on, brother. Come on. But it is what it is. I was just trying to play as much characters as possible. I saw a shit ton of fucking Kens, and I was like, no. But Ken looked fucking dope. I think another character that I really wish I got to play, but I didn't get to play, was Luke. Like, I saw like one Luke player. I was playing against one high-level player of Luke, and I noticed that Luke has kind of like a perfect input. So if you charge his punches up at a specific moment, you'll get like a perfect version of it, and it leaves you with plus frames. So I was like, whoa, holy shit, they really did a lot for Luke. I also saw that he had like an air dash, like almost like one of his moves like air dashes him. And so like Luke seemed like he was really cool. And I just saw like a lot of people been using the drive rush when it was using Luke in particular, with his down medium or down light. They would just hit me once and just start drive rushing in and start doing combos. So, you know, it was interesting to see. But speaking of drive gauge, I think that is one aspect of this game I fucking love to death. I love the meta of this game with the drive mechanic. Your drive meter is basically how I thought of it, is your stamina gauge. Like, it's a stamina bar. You could do tons of options, tons of shit, as long as you have that gauge. And you know, I heard a lot of controversy about the drive impact, and I'm gonna have a hot take. Drive impact is not the problem. You guys just all suck, which is okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay that you fucking all suck at the game, because it's a beta and we don't know how to deal with it. Because I realized when I started fighting people on a higher level, they were just either baiting my shit or they would drive impact me. I was just like floored. I was like, what the fuck? But at lower level, people was using it like recklessly. And I would say for me personally, I was using it recklessly until I started using it as an offense move. Like, okay, I just need to push you off of me and hopefully push you into the corner. That's when I started using the drive rush. It was a fun mechanic to play with, because I feel like it's very different than usual Street Fighter mechanics. Usually in other Street Fighter mechanics, you know, you have your grab, and you know, you have to always make sure that somebody your fingers are ready to fucking press grab at any moment, because people would just grab you. I still suck at it up to this day. But for this game, I felt like, oh no, now I have to get ready to parry this shit at any moment. I gotta get ready to drive impact. So for me, the meta became, I know you're about to do it, or you're gonna do it at some point. Let me try to bait it, or let me go in and drive impact your shit. And I was like, this shit is fun. Not only that, but there's your parry, but it acts like kind of like a shield. So like, think of Smash Shield. Like, you could just keep holding it as long as you want, but the moment you press a button, the moment your whole shit goes down, you're in burnout. And so you can hold it as much as you want, but you'll lose meter, and then you'll lock yourself out of doing other moves. It's tied to your EX move. It's just your everything meter. That's why I call it is your basically stamina game. One of the things I will say about it is that, you know, when you get to burnout, you never want to be in burnout in this game. You should dread two things in this game: the burnout and fucking the wall. If you get burnout, you are fucked. Not only do you take more damage and you take extra chip damage on moves, but more importantly, you're locked out of so much of your mechanic options. You're locked out of parry, you're locked out of drive impact, you're locked out of drive rush, drive reversal. You're locked out of all this shit. And so for me, I was just like constantly trying to get out of that. I noticed with, again, as I said, Kimberly, she goes into drive burnout fast. So it was constantly that moment of like, oh shit, fuck, here, what am I gonna do in this situation? I don't have my tools. And it was just like kind of praying to God my meter go back so I can like get back in there. And then there was moments where it was the reverse. Like, people was in burnout, and I was like, I gotta go get that ass. I gotta be on that ass. And again, the meta of this game feels so much well thought out than Street Fighter V. I can't stress that enough. Like this shit, there's so much different ways to use your drive meter. Like, again, I was using my drive impact for like a get off me move. Drive rush, I didn't use it as an offense move. I used it as a get in move because certain characters don't have like a dash. So it was more of like I'm using this to get in. So I was using it more of an offensive tool, or a defensive tool. And so this mechanic is like really dope. And I was like, man, this game is like really fucking well thought out. Like, I was just like, man, like, mechanics in this game is really dope. I also love that if you whiff a move and you do a grab and you grab someone, grab does extra damage. The game will go into like this cinematic camera, and it was just like, and a character would be like, yo, like, pay attention, or in Kimberly's case, she was really like, you know, you gotta try harder, like. And then you'll do extra damage. In some of the cases, it led to, on a low health, it led to like an instant death for some players. So I thought that was kind of cool. I really thought that was dope. Another thing I noticed about this game is that jabs, I don't know if this is true or not, somebody can quote me on that, jabs felt like unsafe. Like, I felt like a lot of lights and mediums and whatnots were not safe. Like, I noticed like people were just jabbing me out of shit, which I find very interesting. I actually kind of, it didn't bother me. It was very interesting. I actually kind of liked it. Secretly, I actually kind of like it, because it allowed me to kind of like stop button mashing, because I have a tendency of doing that, especially if I'm in the moment. I'll button mash. But I noticed like people would just jab me out of shit, and then when I did it to them, it was kind of like, huh, that's interesting. So yeah, it was like, that stuff was like fantastic. I was like, huh, like, I felt like a lot of moves were like on negative. So somebody don't quote me on that, but I felt like that. But enough of the combat. I talked about enough about the combat. The overarching of the package, I would say, you know, in terms of Battle Hub, I think this is 10 times better than what the fuck Arc System does with their fucking lobby system. Like, not only did they have that the game tells you how packed it is, but also when you go in there, you can do so much stuff. Like, if you want to just go and fight and have fun, the game allows you to just get on an arcade and just have fun and fight people. If you want to get off of arcade and you just want to have like go and have some fun, there's another arcade that allows you to play mini games. If you want to get off the arcade and just go and purchase customization outfits for your avatar, you could go do that. By the way, I've seen some ridiculous avatars, like ridiculous shit. Like, Capcom gave these guys too much powers, gave the community too much power, and now they're just doing dumb shit. In terms of online, I thought the online worked fine. It was really good. There were some hiccups, like there was moments where the game would boot me out, maybe because they were like, get the fuck off, you've been playing this shit for too long, get the fuck out of here. But for the most part, it ran well. I did not have any problems with the online for the most part. And I would also say like it just ran smooth as hell. Like even as high frame, like I think the highest pin I got was 200. That ran fucking beautifully well. So I can't say nothing more about the online. Another positive I'll give about the Battle Hub is this is something I've never saw any fighting game do before, which is while you're waiting for somebody to come and battle you, you have two options. Or you could go into training, or something I've never seen a fighting game do before, which is have you spectate another person's fight while you wait for your fight. So there was like a few moments I was like watching other people fighting, and that's how I picked up like certain characters could do this shit that I didn't even think of. And I was like impressed. Like I was like sitting there like just stunned out of my mind that you could just do that. Like you just watch other people fight each other while you are just waiting for your own match. And that's how I picked up so much knowledge on the game, but just by watching. I was just like so stunned on this shit. Like I was saying, why did no one thought of this idea? Like no one thought of this. I also would say the training option is by far the most user-friendly training option I've ever seen. Like this training option shows you not only basically avoid certain moves, how to do certain things on a casual, fundamental way, that I was just impressed. Like the game does a badass job of telling you and showing you how to do anti-air, how to do drive impact moves. The game just had so much cool options. I was stunned by that training mode, and more importantly, it has the frame data. The way how the frame data is leveled out is fucking dope. It was like really dope because it made it easier to understand than any other game I've seen in a while. It almost took like the Tekken 7 approach to frame data. So I was impressed. I keep talking impressed. This game impressed me. I'm sorry, it impressed me. What else do I gotta say about this game? Accessibility. This is something that's very important to me as someone who has a learning disability or is dyslexic. Accessibility is always important for me in video games. I'm always going to praise a video game to tackle accessibility, and I really appreciate Street Fighter 6 way of doing accessibility for the blind. So basically, when you're playing the game and you turn on the accessibility audio function, the game will when you're in a match will have a sound like a tick 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 tick, like a clicking sound, and the further you're away from your opponent, the sound would get lower. The closer you are to your opponent, the higher it goes. And I was like, that's so fucking sweet. Like, Jesus Christ. I was like, they didn't have to do that, but the simple fact that they thought of that brought a smile to my face. So shout outs to Capcom for that, like especially for a Japanese studio to address accessibility brings me with joy. What else? Getting into matches were extremely fast. There was no slowdowns getting into matches. It all ran smoothly fast. I think that's about it in terms of all the positive or anything else I have to say. I would say some of the negatives I'll give of the game is it needs anti-aliasing really bad. Some of the characters like just models look a little wonky, and that's because they don't have anti-aliasing on, especially when you go into the character selection screen for the Battle Hub. It just looks like characters are not look like they're about to be pixelated, and so they need to work on that. I heard there's a little bit of input delay on the console versions. I'm not too sure about that, but on the PC it ran. I didn't feel any input delays. I heard also people complaining about the music. I really love the music. However, I will say there are some themes I don't care for, like Chun-Li's theme. Chun-Li theme is I don't know. It's not clicking to me the more I hear it. It's different, and I appreciate that a lot of these themes are different, and there isn't like, well, let's just copy and paste what we know. Like, no. Like, I think Ken's theme is fucking dope. Jamie's theme is dope. Luke's theme is dope. I fucking love Jury's theme. It has more of a creepy vibe to it, so I enjoy it. But overall, I just thought that Chun-Li one was the weakest. I will say the stage themes are very hit or miss. Like, I love the Metro City one, and I love the Shakura Sunflower, that stadium that looks like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 stage. I'll show a picture of it on screen. The stage, I mean. That theme is dope on there. I love it. But then there's other themes I just don't care for. I think the problem a lot with the music is it doesn't give you that, like, oh shit, like these are music I want to take on the road. These are like, okay, they're great, but they're not like I want to take these music on the road. I probably Ryu's theme. I would actually train with Ryu's new theme. Like, it gets me hyped. So, you know, it is what it is on terms of that. Again, I would say if anything, I would kind of like them to address something with the drive rush mechanic, because that takes little to no bars to do, and for me personally, I'm just like, that shit is very OP. People's complaining about drive impact. I know. I think I think drive rush is way more dangerous, because that shit, you can just hit somebody once and just run up to them, and that shit then it doesn't cost that much meter. I would also say they got to do something about drive reversal. Drive reversal feels useless when you have so much other mechanics. Like why would you drive rush when you could just parry? I mean, drive reversal where you can just parry, or you can just drive impact and it pushes the opponent off of you. Like, it's just stuff like that it's just kind of like, I'm just kind of like, I don't see the point. But overall, I don't have much to complain. Online can use a little bit more fine tuning. Again, it is a beta, so I expect some stuff. The online's great, like I said before. The online's great. I didn't run into any real that much big problem, but there were some moments where the game just kicked me the fuck off. And I was just like, what? How? What the fuck? I was middle of the battle. What the fuck is going on? So, you know, it is annoying, but you know, they got some work to do. I also hope there's an option in the game when the full game comes out to like kind of like lock certain rooms. Like for instance, set up your own lobby or room and just go into training if you want to, or do this, do that, do certain things you want to do without people constantly randomly joining your game. I hope there's an option for that. Other than that, I don't have much to complain. I didn't find anything like reasonably overwhelmingly bad. Even the drive rush that I was just mentioning, I don't think it's even that bad. I just wish that it was a little bit more commitment. Oh, it drains a little bit more meter, but if they keep it that way, I don't think it would be that bad. But I just don't see the complaints about the drive impact that people's having, because you can easily, there's so much options to that, and as long as you don't have burnout, you're fine. Other than that, the final things I'll say is this about Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 to me is what happens when a development team truly loves, cares, and has an idea of what they want Street Fighter to be. And whether you agree or disagree about how the Street Fighter 6 is going, you cannot deny that the people who made this, you can generally tell, love Street Fighter and want Street Fighter to be something new and brand new through it all. And also a game that is almost like an apology letter to the people who felt, the casual audience, who felt like Street Fighter 5 was a huge letdown. I felt like Street Fighter 6 is literally saying to you guys, saying to us, the casual fans, like, we want you guys back. We care about you guys, and we're sorry, and we promise this is going to be the truest, most hardcore, most full of heart Street Fighter game we've ever made. We're putting blood, sweat, and tears in this, and after playing it, I have no doubt in my mind this is going to be all. And I'm very impressed by everything I've seen so far. We still got a long way to go. We need that fucking release date. Come on, Capcom. Come on. And I hope we get an open beta. I really do. I think getting an open beta and really stress testing this online is going to really help. And just getting more people involved with this game is going to really help. I feel like this game and I said Tekken 8 is, to me, going to show the future of fighting games. Also, in Project L are going to be the games that show off the future of fighting games. And for me, like personally, Street Fighter 6 is doing a great job of showing what should be the golden standard of fighting game. And I can't wait to see the other modes. I can't wait to play the other modes. I can't wait to just explore this game. This game is so fucking good. I haven't felt this way since Marvel 3. I want to try every single fucking character, even if I suck ass at them. I want to try it because this game just left me with so much positivity that I cannot hate on it. It has a few more stuff it needs to work out, but for the most part, I'll say it again and I'll say it proudly, Cap Gods are back, and they got this. They got this. Believe in them. Believe in fucking Cap Gods because they can do it. I believe in them. So without further ado, I'm gonna end this video. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the beta if you got in. If you didn't get in, so fucking what? So bad? What ups? It is okay. Capcom don't like you, just like they don't like me, but I still fucking love them. Anywho, post your comments down below. Let me know. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate. signing out. Have a good one, my degenerates. And please, Capcom, open up the beta again. Please, I want to play more of it. Please, Capcom, please. Please, I want to go back. I don't want to go back to fucking Street Fighter 5. I don't want to play these fucking laggy ass, garbage ass Street Fighter game. I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it, man.